Hello, class 8. So, we have been studying chapter number 10, uh, adolescence. Uh, we have been studying about the teenagers. Yes, so today we will study the first topic of today's first topic is changes in body shape. Yes, what changes occur in body shape? So, as you know, kids, that many changes occur at puberty. Yes, there are many changes occur at puberty, like increase in height. Yes, height increase. Yes, during the this age in teenagers. In teenagers, the height increase, and because their bones become strong and they get elongate, that's why a person become tall, that's why a person become tall. And for body shape also change, voice changes. And apart from this, development of sex organ happen, and increase activity of glands. Yes, glands activity increase. Okay. And one more point is reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. Yes, mental, intellectual and emotional maturity also increase. Okay. And so all these kind of changes happen, so we will study these changes in detail. Okay. So increase in height we already studied. Okay, but before we move, uh, as you can see, okay, let's do a work. Before we study this topic, let's revise whatever we studied in previous class. So can you tell me the meaning of adolescence, adolescent and puberty? Can you tell me the meaning of these three words: adolescence, adolescent, puberty? Adolescence, adolescent, puberty. Yes, what is adolescence? ADOLESCENCE. Adolescence is actually the period of life. Yes, it is the period of life, which is actually 11 to 19. Okay, the period of life when the body undergoes changes. Yes, those that period of life when changes occur in body, like change in body shape, change in voice. Okay. So it leads to reproductive maturity. It leads to reproductive maturity. This is called adolescence. Okay. And it begins around the age of 11 to last up to 19. So the boys whose age is 11 to 19, between 11 to 19, uh, those body undergoes changes and they are called teenagers. Yes, they are called teenagers. Yes, adolescent, or you can say adolescent are also called teenagers. Okay. So adolescence begins a year or 2 year earlier in boys. During adolescence. Okay. uh, in girls, sorry, in girls adolescence begins before boy. Okay. And what happens during this age, actually the testes, which are actually male reproductive organ part, so it start producing sperm and ovaries start producing eggs. In other words, I can say that the reproductive organs become functional. Yes, the reproductive start functioning. So what is the meaning of puberty? What is the meaning of puberty? Puberty. So the age at which reproductive organ start functioning. Yes, the age at which reproductive organs become functionally active, or you can say the age at which reproductive organs start functioning is called puberty. Yes, at puberty, therefore, the boys and girls become capable of reproduction. Yes, they are capable for reproduction. Now, as you know, there are different changes happen during puberty, and so as you can see on the screen, change in body shape. Yes, body shape gets changed. The body shape of boy and girls gets changed. So what changes occur in boys body shape? As you can see on the screen, the shoulder become broader and chest become wider in boys. Yes, the shoulder of the boys become broader and the chest also become wider. Okay, and the muscles of the body grow prominently. Yes, mainly muscles grow. Yes, because of growing of muscles, shoulder become broader, chest also become wider. Okay, I hope you understood. And in girls, what happens? The area just below the waist become wider. Yes, the area which is just near the waist, just below the waist, waist waist, start increasing. Yes, means it becomes wider, and but their muscles of the body do not grow prominently. Yes, their muscles of the body not grow prominently, but mainly their waist part, just below the waist part, becomes wider. Okay, it happens in body shape. So in this way the body shape changes. In this way the body shape changes. And gets we also studied a formula. Do you remember we studied a formula which is used for calculation of full height? Yes, which is used for calculation of height. Yes, what is the formula? The formula is present height divided by percent of height at this age. The formula is present height divided by percent of height at this age multiplied by 100. Yes, this is the formula for height calculation. Okay. Now I hope you understood. Now let's study about next change at puberty, which is voice change. Let's move on the next point. Okay, kids. Now do your work, kids. You can ask a question to your parents. You can ask a question to your parents. Is there any difference in my voice? How was my voice when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old? How was my voice? And how is my voice right now? Is there any difference? So your parents will must reply you. Your must will definitely will tell you that when you are at 5, means when you are 5 years old, when you are 2 years old, when you are 3 years old, that time your voice was so soft, so like a musical instrument. Yes, your voice was so soft, music like a musical instrument. It is good to hear. And they will also tell what is the difference. And if they will, and right now your father must tell you that right now your voice has become harsh, it is not soft. Yes, it happens because you are at the at the period of life which is called adolescence. Yes, during adolescence hormones changes, hormones start releasing. Yes, many glands release hormones. Bones start developing, height start increasing, so voice also start changing. Okay, and the main secret behind it is voice box. The main secret just behind it is voice box. Voice box, this the part, a bludge out part in throat, which is called voice box. Okay, and voice box is also called larynx. Larynx, larynx. Okay, so why does the voice change? Why does the voice change? Reason it is at puberty the voice box or larynx begins to grow. Yes. So in boys what happens? In boys develop large voice box. Yes, the voice box size increase in boys. Yes, and in girls this voice box is hardly visible from the outside. Yes, but in boys it becomes larger. Yes, and that's why the voice of boys become deep and hoarse. Yes, HOARSEHOR, which is not soft. Okay, hoarse. So which is not good to hear. Yes, the larynx is visible clearly. Yes, voice box you can easily see. If you will touch your throat, you can easily feel that there is something like a structure here. There is some structure, I don't know. So this structure is called voice box or larynx. There is actually one more name I will tell you. Okay, in next slide I will tell you one more name. Okay, I think in previous class I already um, told the name. So the larynx in girls is hardly visible from outside, but in boys it is visible, clearly visible, and the girl's voice become high pitched voice. High pitched voice means what? High pitched voice means what? It means the voice of the girls become like a musical instrument, soft, but the voice of boys become like a dhol. Yeah, I meant to say it becomes very hoarse, deep, not good to hear. It doesn't loud. Okay, I hope you understood. Now, let me show you the picture of voice box. Let's move on the next point. Okay, as you can see the picture of voice box. Yes, voice box is also called Adam apple. Yes, apple, APPLE. Yes, apple. It doesn't mean that you can eat this part or you can eat this part. No, it is just a name, apple. Actually, it looks like apple. That's why the name is given apple. Yes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. No, it doesn't belong to it. Okay, just kidding. So, voice box, which is also known as Adam apple. Yes, Adam apple. Okay, so you can easily feel it if you touch this part, throat part. You will feel a bludge out structure. Yes, so if you speak anything, start speaking Radha Krishna, start speaking, you will feel that your voice box is also moving. Your voice box is also moving, and you might have seen that when you drink water, that time you might have seen that your voice box goes up, down, up, down. So, if you touch and easily you can feel, then it might have become larger. Yes, it is growing in you. If your age is between 11 to 19, then it is growing you. It can easily visible in boys, but it's hardly visible in girls. Okay, so this growing voice box can be seen as a protruding part. Yes, protruding means bludge out part. Okay, swollen part. Okay, so this is a protruding part. Look at this shape. Look at the shape. How is the shape? Look at the shape. How is the shape? So it is just coming out like it's coming out, protruding, bludging out. So the growing voice box can be seen as a voice box part of the throat called atom apple. So it grows during this age because of hormones. This part is called Adam apple, and due to Adam apple in boys, because in boys the Adam apple develop larger, so the voice of box become hoarse, and the voice of girls become soft, high pitched voice, but the boy's voice become low pitched voice. Okay, I hope you understood about Adam apple. Okay, so these are we have completed three changes. We have studied three changes: increase in height, change in voice box, yes, and change in body shape. Yes, we have studied. Now let's study about the gland. Let's move on the next point. Okay, let's study about the glands. So I have written the name of gland, uh, sweat gland and sebaceous gland and endocrine gland. Okay, I have written their name. We will also study a little bit more about sweat gland and sebaceous gland in next slide. Okay, wait. So what is the function of gland? Yes, what is the function of gland? Actually, they are also made of tissue. Yes, glands are also made up of tissue, and their function is they release a chemical substance. Yes, glands release chemical substance. Glands releases chemical substance which is called hormone. Yes, which is called hormone. So they release their substance which is called hormones, or you can say secretion. So sweat gland and sebaceous glands, these glands release their secretion through duct. Yes, these glands release through secretion through duct. Okay, so sweat gland and sebaceous gland are also called, they actually duct gland, they are actually duct gland. Means when they release any chemical substance, means hormone, when sweat gland and sebaceous gland release any chemical substance, it goes through duct. But some glands are ductless gland, some glands are ductless gland, they are called endocrine gland. Yes, endocrine gland. Endocrine glands also release their secretion. Endocrine gland also release their hormones, or you can say chemical substance, but they do not release through duct. They directly release into bloodstream. They directly release into bloodstream. But sweat gland and sebaceous gland, they release their secretion through duct. They release their secretion through duct, and with the help of duct it goes into blood stream. Okay, and endocrine gland are those glands which release their hormone directly into blood stream. They do not require any duct, so they are also called ductless gland. They are also termed ductless glands. And for your kind of information, let me tell you kids that for example, there is a gland which is called pituitary gland. Yes, there is a gland which is called pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is in our brain. So, in pituitary gland actually look like a pea, mutter, P-E-A-P. Pituitary gland looks like a pea. So, what is the function of this gland? The function of this gland is it release a pituitary hormone which increase our height. Yes, which increase our height. Yes. So this is the reason behind it. Now let's study about sweat and sebaceous gland. What is the function of these gland? Okay. Now let's move on to the next point. With increased activity of sweat gland and sebaceous gland. So check out the spelling of sweat gland and sebaceous gland. SWEAT sweat, and sebaceous SEBACEOUS, sebaceous gland. Okay. So these glands are also called oil glands. Yes, these glands are also called oil glands because they release oil. Yes, they release oil. Okay, so during the puberty, yes, what happens during a puberty? You might have noticed that during this age, actually, sometimes pimples start growing. Pimples, or you can say acne, ACNE. So, acne start growing on your face. Yes. So that time when the acne grow, you don't feel good. Yes, your face don't doesn't look your face doesn't look good. You looks very different, and you try to touch again and again those pimples, acne. You actually, let me tell you kids, pimples grow, it happens, it is a normal thing because your age is growing, your in your body, hormones changes happening, your body growing, your muscles growing, your bones starting elongating, your voice changing. So many things are happening in your body, many things are happening in your body. So pimples grow automatically, pimples grow. So when they grow, they contains a liquid. Yes, they filled with a liquid. Actually you should not try to pull out them when they grow on your face. Instead of let them, instead of doing like this, you should wash your face every day. If you want to protect from these pimples, you should wash your face every day, keep your face clean. Because of soil, dirt, carbon dioxide, many harmful gases, because of them they will also grow and well developed. But it happens, yes. You can because as your age will increase, they will automatically, they will automatically will be removed. Okay. Sometimes it happens that they take times to, they takes time. Okay, sometimes they take time. So it happens. Okay, it's a normal thing, not a big deal. So many young people get acne, pimples on the face of this time, because of the increased activity of these glands in the skin. Yes, because at this age 11 to 19, sweat gland and sebaceous gland become very active. Yes, they become very active, their activity increase. That's why pimples start growing. I hope you understood. Now let's go on the next point. Okay, let's study about the development of sex organ. Yes, sex organ start developing. Sex organ start developing, and because you know the sex organ of boy is male reproductive organ, and the sex organ of girl is female reproductive organ. Okay, so they start developing in because there are different parts of male reproductive organ, there are different parts of female reproductive organ. In previous chapter we have already studied about male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ in detail. So what happens in boys? In boys the testes and penis start developing. Yes, they develop completely. Yes, at this age develop. In the boys testes and penis start developing, and in the girls the ovaries become larger. Yes, ovaries become larger. And from the testes in boys, the testes in boys start producing sperm. The testes in boys start producing, the testes in boys start producing sperm. And in girls, in girls ovaries start producing eggs. Yes, in girls ovaries start producing egg. Okay, also ovaries start releasing mature egg. Also ovaries start releasing mature egg. Yes, so ovaries release mature egg, and then testes start releasing sperm in boys. And if we talk about the hormone, the main hormone which are actually called sex hormone in boys, testosterone hormone start releasing, is which is responsible for many things. Not only uh, it is a sex organ, sex hormone. And in girls estrogen and progesterone hormones start releasing. Yes, which hormones start releasing in girls? Estrogen and progesterone, these are called sex hormone. And in boy, testosterone hormones start releasing. Okay, remember these names. So these changes happen in boys. Testis, penis develop. Sperm is produced in boy. Sperm is also called male gamete or male cell. And in girls, eggs start developing. Yes, ovaries start releasing mature egg. Eggs are also called female cell or female gamete. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's time to ask question from you. Question number one. Write a short note on Adam apple. Draw its diagram also. Yes, write a short note on Adam apple. Yes, what is Adam apple? Adam apple is also known as voice box. Yes. So what is Adam apple? The growing voice box that can be seen as a protruding part, the growing voice box that can be seen as a protruding part, is bulging out part of the throat, is called Adam apple. Yes, okay. So in boys, Adam apple means voice box. In boys, develop larger voice box. Boys have a deep and hoarse voice. The larynx is visible clearly, and in girls, the larynx is hardly visible from outside, and girls have high pitched voice. Okay, I hope you understood. And voice box is present just at the top of windpipe. Yes, voice box is present just at the top of windpipe. Question number two. Question number two is, how does the puberty affect on sex organ of boys and girls? Yes, how does the puberty affect on sex organ of boys and girls? Yes. So during puberty, what happens? The sex organ start developing. Means male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ start developing. So what happens in boys? So what happens in boy? In boys, the testes and penis develop completely. In boys, the testes and penis develop completely, and the testes start also begin to produce sperm. And if I talk about the girls, in the girls, the ovaries enlarge and eggs become mature. Yes, in girls, ovaries enlarge, and also ovaries start releasing mature egg, and also ovaries start releasing mature egg. I hope you understood. Now, question number three. What are endocrine glands? What are endocrine glands? Endocrine glands are also known as ductless gland. Remember point. Endocrine gland are also called ductless gland. Why? Because the hormones that are released by endocrine gland, the hormones that are released by endocrine glands reach into bloodstream without any duct. Because these endocrine glands, these glands release hormones directly into blood. That's why they are called endocrine gland. While sweat gland and sebaceous gland, sweat gland and sebaceous gland release these gland release their secretion, means these glands release their hormone into duct. Yes, through duct. So they have duct, they are called exocrine gland. Yes, okay, I hope you understood. Now we will meet in next class. We will study some more points. Till then, bye bye.